again on a Sunday night to hang out with you, our friends. Hello, we're so glad to have you here with us this evening. Lots of news circulating right now. SDCC, all the things that are happening with Funko on the inside, things that we mentioned in our videos this week about Brian Mariotti. Box of Fun, which is the primary thing we'll be discussing during this live, both at home and at Fun Days, because sort of want to speculate on a couple of things, talk about a couple of things. If you do not know what the Box of Fun is the box that's handed out during Fun Days. So you buy a ticket to go to Fun Days at San Diego Comic-Con. They give you a box while you're there. You open it, and it reveals a really cool set of things. Most of the time, it's Freddy Funko dressed up as various characters. It's an absolute blast, and we love it. But
hold on. I also wanted to mention that at Fun Days, up until last year's box, and we assume this year's box as well, the at-home box and the in-person box are completely different. So
right.
With the Fun on the Run box of Fun, a lot of the items were either the same or very similar. So the Space Ghost soda was in the online box of Fun and in person. And then, what was the other thing that was the same? The Wacky Wobbler. But the Blockbuster Rewind was slightly different with the Freddys and the DC Freddy. So we got the Flash at home, we got Batman and or Robin in person. Whereas generally all of the contents of Box of Fun are completely different for in-person and at-home. In-person is generally a bit more limited than the at-home boxes of Fun.
Right. So what I was about to say, but Heather filled it all in practically. So in about 2018, Funko started doing the Box of Fun at home. And they did this, they launched it by having a streaming Fun Days, meaning that we could all watch it together, which was really great.
It was so cool. So they divided the room up into I believe it was 4 different sections, and then they had 4 different celebrities that were sort of like the team leaders, and they were on stage, and they would do little competitions and play games, I believe trivia and things like that.
Yeah.
And they might have had clapping contests, who can be the loudest. I don't quite remember, but it was really, really cool. And I think they each won different prizes. I think if I remember correctly, it wasn't unfair. One person's side of the room won basically everything. I think they sort of rigged it to where everybody won something, and it wasn't okay, these people got more than these people. I think they made it so that it was pretty fair across the board, if I remember.
Yeah.
And then at one point during the stream, they were like, hey, so you're going to go online to this website and you're going to enter this password. And we're not telling you what it is, but you're going to buy it. And it's a mystery. And it was what? What do you mean? This is crazy. And we saw the price. I want to say, wasn't it $60 or $70 or something?
Something around that.
Something like that.
That price.
And I was like, should we get it? What are we spending our money on? And it was just really bizarre and unexpected. And Chris was like, no, we have to get it. I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. We have to get it. This is going to be awesome. We got it. We have to do this. We're getting it. So we each ordered one. Still didn't know what it was. And Chris started running around the yard like a madman.
So what I thought it was a limited release of what they had at Fun Days. So I thought maybe they had a handful that they're okay, people who we're going to offer this up to people online, just a small handful of what is actually at Fun Days. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. But it turned out it was its own thing and its own brand new thing. And I actually think it's really great. I love that they're doing the Box of Fun at home. I think that's fantastic. I think that a lot of what Funko is doing right now is trying to sort of speak to the community. We've been very judgmental about a lot of things over the years. And I think that is a good... I think that's a good part of being a fan and collector of the product, is that we aren't going to cheer on every single thing that Funko will do, but overall, we love what they do, we love their product, and we love buying them. So a lot of people like to claim that we have a negativity sort of pattern with this channel, but in reality, it's us speaking out and telling what we believe is, the truth, or in other words, our opinion of what the truth is.
Well, while we're on this subject, can I say something about that?
Sure.
So a lot of people misuse the term clickbait. So what clickbait essentially means, so the way that people use it is you're baiting someone into watching something based off of like your thumbnail or like a headline, but then whatever news article or YouTube video that you are showing people or that is within that headline or thumbnail is the complete opposite of what it says. Like it has nothing to do with whatever the title of the article says or whatever the thumbnail says. And that's not what clickbait means, although that is the term that people use it for. Clickbait is essentially, the definition of it is something that catches people's eye that makes them want to watch it or read it or whatever it is. So
Right.
in our terms, it would be, we have these thumbnails and we want people to click it. But our thumbnails have something to do with what is in the video. We don't just say, hey, this is Pamela Anderson's boobs are in this video. And then we're sitting here talking about Funko Pops. Like, that would be the negative version of clickbait. You're drawing someone in,
Right.
and it's nothing like what it is. You just want the clicks, right?
Right.
And then, instead of seeing Pamela Anderson's boobies, you're hearing two nerds talk about Funko Pops, right?
Right.
So everything that we do, all of our thumbnails have to do with what we feel people will want to see. One thing that we have noticed in our very many years, probably too many years of being on YouTube, is that people prefer negative thumbnails. People like drama, people like negativity, and, whether you say you don't like negativity or not, it has been proven by our analytics that people prefer a negative thumbnail over a positive one, a negative title over a positive one. Yes, we do talk a lot about Funko. We do critique them. And generally, our critiques, I feel, are very fair. And not only are we critiquing and saying what we don't like about Funko, but we are also offering what we feel they could do better. Now, are we experts? No. But I feel like if you're shouting, Funko's bad and Funko is awful, you need to say why, and you need to say what they can do better. So we just get on here and we speak our opinions, and I feel like a lot of people don't watch the videos, but they see that we have these negative thumbnails, and they're like, yeah, they're negative. That's it. That's my opinion on them. When in reality, we love Funko and what they do. We love what they stand for. We love, I want to say, the idea of Funko more than we actually love the company right now, because they have gone corporate. So a lot of the decisions are being made by like business people, but we love their products. And so many people comment and say, if you hate Funko so much, why do you have a channel talking about them? Why do you own Funko Pops? And it's like, because we don't hate them.
Right.
There's my rant.
Yeah,
and I'm
thank
sorry
you.
for going off topic.
DH says this feels like a lecture. So basically, I think Heather is just saying, listen, we're not negative. We have fun here. And most of all, the things that we do here are supposed to be comedy laced, I guess maybe there's a better term to use. We like to share our opinion. Sometimes we're over the top about it, but that's on purpose. Everything that we do here is on purpose. But yeah, let's have fun. Let's have a good time. And like now, let's have a good time. So here's the thing. Box of Fun. This Friday, is it this Friday's the 21st?
Yes.
Is it my God, really? Mm-hmm. God, I cannot believe this. We're like almost all the way through July. I just can't, or we're halfway through July, at least right now. This is insane. So this Friday, July 21st, the Box of Fun at Home Edition will go up, which is really, that's That's awesome. I'm really excited that we have yet again another opportunity at a Box of Fun. Last year, somebody had asked a question in the comments section, and if you're still here, I'm going to answer it now. Is it worth it to buy the box, or has it always been worth it, or is it typically worth it? And the answer to that question is yes.
Well,
so I would say, well, hold on. Okay. So the first couple boxes that came out were, I would consider them mediocre. They weren't bad. They weren't terrible. They were fun, to say the least. But last year's box sort of changed everything. And I think that maybe, I don't know the mastermind behind last year's Box of Fun box. I don't know who that person is. Whoever that person is deserves some sort of an award by Funko. Because
was it you? Because we could add
it was not me
award.
this time, no. But whoever came up with this was brilliant. And the pops that were involved, the various Freddys that were involved, I would suggest that to some degree, they were better than the Box of Fun even at the event. Now, I'm biased because I love the Optimus Prime Freddy Funkos that were dropped during the event last year in person. But at home, we also got Spider-Man Freddy Funko, Mandalorian, some G.I. Joe characters. All sorts of great characters came in that Box of Fun. Darth Maul, and then there's a glow-in-the-dark Darth Maul. Really great stuff. So Funko, I think the ultimate challenge this year would be
topping that
it would be topping this box, or last year's box rather. I am super, super excited to see what they have to offer. So What happens is you choose a mascot. That's how they've been doing it over the years at home.
Yeah, the last 2 years.
Yeah, so the mascot box, depending on what mascot you choose, is sort of a randomized box. And I believe there might be a couple randomized boxes per mascot.
So last
something
year,
like that, right?
Yeah,
that was the numbers?
Last year they came out with a guide. Like once people started getting the boxes in hand, each one apparently was like labeled differently, and each mascot had their own like 3 pops that you could get with that box, and there were like 5 or 6 per each mascot. So like a certain mascot may have gotten like Darth Maul, and then another mascot may have gotten Darth Maul, but like with a different combination of characters.
Exactly.
I hope that makes sense.
So somebody's asking, are there sodas in this box? So we were lucky enough to have Funmaker Mike himself comment on a post yesterday. For those who do not know, Funmaker Mike is Mike Becker. Mike Becker is he's the guy that started Funko. He's the man. He still works for Funko, not in the capacity as an owner, but he's there as one of the guys who does a lot of the entertainment stuff, in fact.
Yes.
Really delightful person. I would say, and this is me being honest, Mike being a part of the thing makes it less corporate, I guess. So Mike being a part of it makes me wanting to be more involved with Funko and buying their products because Mike Becker's a part of it. That's just how I feel about him personally. I think he's great. I think he's a great he's a great face for the company. And I really hope that Funko, despite all the problems that they're going through and all the issues and everything, I hope that Funko can find a way to make sure that Mike Becker does become the forward front face of the company, and he's sort of like the real life Freddy Funko.
Yeah,
right?
And we're not saying we want him to be CEO. CEOs are generally business-minded people,
and we're not saying that Mike isn't.
Yeah.
We're not saying that he's not a business-minded person. We just don't
no.
want him as a CEO.
Yeah, we want him to have. We want him to continue his fun role of the company, and I feel like
100%.
as a CEO, like you have so much expected of you, and I don't want to see him in that role, and that's just me thinking out loud. Could he be good at it? Probably, but
he started Funko after all. He must be pretty decent.
Yeah.
In terms of businessman. I mean, he's the one to kick this whole thing off. He's the one that started Fun Days and Boxes of Fun. And the last time we talked to him in person was really funny. At New York Comic Con, we handed him a couple of Gargoyle Ghastlies. It's in our Making Mischief video. It's our documentary from last year. It's up on the channel right now, so you can watch it after this.
It's a great video, by the way. It details our journey before NYCC, getting to NYCC, during NYCC, and after NYCC. It's a great video. Like Chris said, Mike Becker is in it, and so is His name was Adam, and he was the head NFT guy, I believe some sort of director, but I might be mistaken. But he's the one that told us, and you can see it in the video, that we are literally the reason that they have changed the Zordon Funko Pop to have the clear sand rather than the blue
which
sand.
is our claim to fame, I would say. The fact that we changed it. But yeah, so Funmaker Mike, he commented, and Heather, what did he say?
He said that it has one Team Pop mascot, 3 other pops, so 4 pops total, plus 2 sodas. Now, with my math, if the pops are each $15 each, the sodas are each $18, which is, I believe, what they've been retailing for. It is $96. However, since it is a box of fun, I believe they will put a little bit extra money on it. I think that it'll cost $105 up until maybe $125, but I really think that $105 will be their cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it worth it? So Chris touched upon it, but keep in mind that this is a mystery. As of right now, with the exception of the mascots, well, the names of the mascots, and I think we've seen some sort of artwork, but not necessarily the pops. I don't remember.
We did see the artwork for not the pops, but we saw the logo of what they look like.
Of the mascot. So there's a lumberjack, there is a wolf, there's an eagle, and the fourth one I cannot quite remember. I want to say it's a bear, but it might not be.
Okay.
I can't quite remember. There were details, and I was searching it today, and I couldn't find it. But it popped up like sometime last month, I think.
Right.
But there have been a lot of really interesting... Well, I don't want to say interesting, but a lot of questions about this. This year's SDCC has been really weird. The fact that they spread out the announcements for so long was weird. The fact that they, said that there will be no announcements past Monday, but then they were announcing things on Friday, like that was weird. The fact that they waited like the week before SDCC basically to finish up their announcements was really strange. All of it's been sort of weird. But the one thing that is consistent with pretty much every year besides last year is the timing of the box. And a lot of people have had a lot to say about the timing of this box. So in 2018, like we mentioned, during the Fun Days stream, as Fun Days was actually happening, they surprised us all with the box of fun drop, okay, as Fun Days was happening. 2019, they had announced sometime prior to this that it would drop the same night as Fun Days, which was July 19th, but they gave a time. It was an exact time, so it wasn't like a shock drop like they did in 2018.
So that's another thing that's really weird, because we've been discussing this.
Yeah.
That 2019 box, I swear, I stayed up with friends and we did not know what the time was. Like when it was going to drop.
No, I just looked up the Funko blog.
No, yeah, I know you said that. I'm just saying, I don't remember that actually being a thing. That's the weird part about all of this. Are you sure that was dropped before the actual event? Was that dropped before then?
July 19th, it says that...
I don't know how we missed it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know how we missed it, I guess is my point.
8:30 Pacific time, which would have been 11:30 Eastern time, which is very late. And they also had the password Limbo. And that year was the Tiki year. So Fun Days was like Freaky Tiki or whatever. And everyone was in like the Hawaiian shirts. And it was like sort of beachy and fun. 2020, pandemic. SDCC was all online. SDCC didn't happen. No Fun Days, no box of fun, nothing. 2021 rolls around. And that was the year where I want to say SDCC, I think, happened, but I don't think Funko was there. If they were there, at the very least, they didn't do Fun Days. But I don't remember if they were at SDCC that year.
I don't even think SDCC happened.
I feel like it did in 2021.
Something weird happened, if I remember, but I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah. So anyway, during 2021, there was no Fun Days at all. And they did the online Fun Days because that was the first year they debuted mascots. There was the Punk one, there was the Tornado. Was he a ranger? He looked like a cowboy sort of guy with the bandana.
Yes, yeah. And he had a cowboy hat on, right?
A knight. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And all of those mascots, they had guys like on social media, on video, like doing all of these contests and stuff.
That's what it was. Yeah. So so Fun Days did not happen.
No, Fun Days did not happen.
But I don't even know if you're right. I don't know if SDCC happened though, because I remember that. So it was video recorded, just bits where it was the mascots against each other.
Yeah.
And the one thing I thought about after all that happened, because they did select a winner at the end.
Yes.
I always and when that was going on, I was like, at the end, do they select a winner out of the 4 mascots, and then the people who chose that mascot would get something because they want? Like, that's what I thought was going on.
Yeah.
But I think that actually happens though at Fun Days.
Well, so when we saw the Fun Days in 2018, it was almost like each team won something.
Right.
So it's almost like they told the people, hey, you have to win this one. You have to win that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they just wanted to make it fair because they give out prizes like whenever the team won. But yeah, so...
Yeah, that's the fun thing about going to Fun Days, because it's a completely interactive thing. I mean, the Box of Fun is great, and it's nice that we can order them and all, but if you have the opportunity to go to Fun Days, that's like Funko Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like, going there, you're amongst all of your like fellow Funko fans. Mike Becker's there putting on a song and dance. He's putting on a show. You get boxes of fun. They do giveaways the whole time. You can get protos while you're there.
Yeah.
By the way, I got a proto story. I don't know if we'll tell it. Maybe we should tell it here.
No, don't tell it here.
You don't think so?
No. We'll tell it on a video.
Okay. Yeah, because I got a cool proto story, by the way. That's a whole other subject. But anyway, so Box of Fun, in my opinion, is completely worth it.
Yeah, I think so too. Can we get on to the history though again?
Oh, you're continuing your history. Go ahead. Sorry.
So 2018 during Fun Days, 2019 during Fun Days, 2020 Fun Days didn't happen. 2021 Fun Days happened online, but they arranged it in such a way that they released the Box of Fun. This was the one with the art Freddys, the Olympic Freddys, so a bunch of sports themed Freddys.
Yeah.
And then a handful of characters.
Yeah.
But they waited until everybody got their box in hand to do the actual like Fun Days streams online.
Right.
So things were like sort of messed up that year due to the pandemic. 2022, which was last year, they released it about a week before Fun Days so people would have their boxes in hand by Fun Days.
Okay.
So the Box of Fun timing has been weird. But the first 2 years they did it, and I would assume that if the pandemic didn't screw things up in 2021, they probably would have released it the night of Fun Days as well. Last year was the exception. Last year, like I said, they released it before Fun Days, so everyone had it in their hand by Fun Days or maybe a couple days after. So, but I've seen a lot of comments on the internet of people saying like, this is sort of weird that, you know, they're waiting so long to drop it. Like, I don't think they've ever waited this long, but no, like the first 2 Boxes of Fun happened during actual Fun Days.
So Tino pointed out, he goes, remember when they put 3 Olympic Freddys in one box? That was so cold-blooded.
Oh my God, it was.
That was cold-blooded, dude. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, I was personally not a fan of the Olympic Freddys. I know Jason Swoboda really liked them.
Yes.
He was a fan of them.
Yes.
I personally didn't care for them. I think, for me, I'm more interested in seeing Freddy as, like, some of my favorite characters.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
I don't really care so much if he's, like, a basketball player or anything. Like, that doesn't do anything
you're
for me.
also not into sports.
I'm
like,
not that too, yeah.
What if it were something that you were into, like generic superheroes rather than licensed superheroes, or generic video game sort of characters, or, you know, something that you're more into versus sports, because you are not a sports guy
Well,
at
as
all.
an example, I liked Freddy as a zombie from the Box of Fright.
There we go.
So I really like those two, the
Horror
black white
characters.
one, and yeah. But the sports stuff doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, so I think that it just depends on the person. Now, as far as this year's box, though, this is an interesting one. So let's go back. Let's talk about each year's Freddy's. So in 2018, we got the locker box. And,
yes.
But in that box, there were a couple of almost like greaser guys. Like they reminded me of the movie Grease. Like,
those are, yes, they were supposed to almost be film sort of inspired or something inspired, but in reality, they were just generic Freddys.
Yes, but in that same box, we got Freddy as Pennywise.
Which, by the way, super banger.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the greatest Freddy pops, in my opinion, of all time.
Yeah.
That was a great Freddy.
We also got the Dumb and Dumber Freddys.
Right? Oh, yeah. Oh, we got aliens.
Yes, aliens and robots.
Alien and robots, yeah.
So they don't all fit the theme, but in my opinion, the Letterman jacket Freddys sort of fit with the locker. Right?
Well, frankly, if you think about it, and we'll get to this, but last year's box, those pops didn't fit that theming at all. I mean, outside of the mascots.
Yeah.
Right?
So 2019 was the Tiki one. And a lot of those pops did because we got the Batman and Joker with the surfboard.
Yep.
And then we got the Tiki, we got Elvis.
Yes.
That's his name,
Yeah, Elvis.
No, Elwood.
Or Elwood.
And
yeah.
I forget the other one, but they were Tiki guys.
Yeah.
But then we got Chucky, and we got Toxic Rick Freddy.
Yeah, and the Chucky, there was a non-bloody and a bloody version.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
So then for the Olympic box, the mascots were interesting. So we got Proto-Punks, we got some sort of Twister.
Yeah, tornado-looking dude.
Yeah, the Night Guy, and then the Ranger.
Right.
But inside of the box were all the Olympic Freddys, but the theme was supposed to be Olympic. So the fact that they did those mascots was a bit weird because they didn't scream Olympics to me, but the rest of the box pretty much did, with the exception of some of the characters. I forget what the characters were in that box.
Yeah,
though.
the Freddy as. I don't remember what they are.
One was the guy in the barrel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that being one of them. Yeah, that's kind of a standout piece because I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, but that seemed to be one of the most popular of that box.
Yeah.
That was an interesting box.
Wasn't there a G.I. Joe character in that?
I think so. I think
there was a G.I. Joe character in there somewhere.
I think you're right.
Was there anything that we wanted out of that box? I don't remember.
It was one of those boxes where it's we wanted the box because we wanted to participate, but we were sort of forcing ourselves to figure out what we liked the most.
Yeah.
It was one of those boxes where it's you want to love it, but you don't really love it, but you still want to get it, and you want to say, okay, well, El Chavo, thank you.
And a Jolly Freddy.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
That was the only one that I was really into, was the Mercury.
There was a werewolf.
Teen Wolf.
Fortnite. The Fortnite skeleton.
Oh, the skull. Yeah, he was cool.
Hercules.
Yep,
we have that one.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
So that box, it was okay, in my opinion. And then last year's box, that was the last SDCC. We've literally just had 4 years of SDCC boxes of fun at home.
Yeah.
So last year was the Blacklight Battle, right? So we got the Killer Clowns, we got the Bandits, which was the raccoon. We got...
And they were all black light as well.
Yeah.
I mentioned that previous to this, but...
What were the other two?
Blacklight Bandits. There was a robot that looked like a transformer.
Yes, okay.
And I ended
Proto-Robos.
Proto-Robos. I ended up getting that.
And then what was the other? Oh my gosh, I forget. But anyway, it was called Blacklight Battle, but none of the other pops were black light.
Right.
None. It was just the mascot pops that were black light. So the fact that we got Star Wars, Marvel, there was Carnage, there was...
Oh, Freddy Funko's Marty McFly was the one from the year before that, because that was the one I wanted.
The Olympics?
Yeah, I believe Freddy Funko was Marty McFly. Yeah. Yep. Because it definitely wasn't last year.
No, I'm saying, are you sure it wasn't 2019?
No.
Okay.
Hell no. Nope.
Interesting.
We lived in this house. We lived in this house when it happened.
You're right. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lion.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was an interesting box. So,
I did eventually get Marty McFly, by the way.
Yeah. So, that box, literally, so the Olympic box had Olympic Freddies. The Tiki box had like Tiki type stuff. And then the locker box had the Letterman ones. So it seems like each box up until last year, with the exception of the mascots, had to do with sort of the theme. So with that being said, I'm sort of curious as if this year's theme, you know, it's the Camp Fun Days, are they just having the mascot be sort of like the woodsy sort of stuff, the lumberjack and the eagle, whatever. And then the rest of it is all going to be just like anything. Like maybe we'll get DC this year because that's what we saw in Fun on the Run. Maybe it'll be more Marvel. Maybe we'll get, I wouldn't say horror. I feel like if they're going to do horror related things, they'll save them for
Fright Night.
NYCC, yeah, because that's always in October. And if they do Fright Night or even just an at-home box of fun, it'll be sort of like horror related. But I could be completely off. But I'm very curious what they'll do this year because a lot of people are...
Vasto Flo said Indiana Jones Freddy. I hope. You know,
that would be
I had
cool.
mentioned that in a video. This has been a little while ago now. Because I think we were talking about what could happen Box of Fun wise this year. But I think if they did Indiana Jones, it'll be at the event. Mm-hmm. I don't think it'll come in this box. I really don't. I will be honest with you. If it's at the event... and it's going to be extremely expensive, and I'm going to just poop in my pants. That's what I'm going to end up doing, because I'm going to have to spend a lot of money to get that Funko Pop if it happens. Again, this is not a promise. Jason Davison said Scoutmaster from SNL. That's a good one. I like that idea. Cool. Smokey the Bear Freddy would be funny. That would be fun. That should be Freddy dressed up as Smokey the Bear, so it's like his like mouth, the bear's mouth is up here with the hat. So it looks like he's wearing a onesie?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they should do it.
Or like a mascot sort of uniform.
Something like that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Freddy is Bigfoot. That's a really cool idea.
Because he's in the woods.
Freddy is Cocaine Bear. We talked about that before.
Could you imagine?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I don't think that they would do that. Like, the fact that they did Cocaine Bear shocks the hell out of me. But I don't think they would do Freddy as Cocaine Bear. But that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the Box of Fun. I'm always excited about the Box of Fun, but realistically, again, it's supposed to be a mystery, right? So, is it worth it or is it not? It's so hard to say because it's a mystery, right?
Freddy is Huckleberry Chris.
That'd be hilarious.
Freddy is Peacemaker. I like that. And Freddy is MODOK.
Oh
my God, Freddy is MODOK.
But he has to have the butt.
Oh my God, that would be incredible if there was a Freddy as MODOK. Speaking of Freddy Funkos, Freddy as Eddie is such a cool piece. Yeah. My goodness. You know, that's one thing about the NFT stuff that I'm really excited about is that they are including Freddy Funko in there somehow, some way with most of those drops. And I love being able to see a, Freddy character sort of wrapped up in that. So that's like the only way you can get a Freddy like that outside of going to Fun Days or getting a Box of Fun, really.
Yes, sort of. I mean, we've
seen... Freddy as character.
Yeah. So far, at least.
Or the Fun on the Run.
Yeah, so far. But Fun on the Run, that was a Box of Fun.
Oh,
They marketed it as a Box of Fun, so...
Freddy Funko is Ghastly. Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Could you imagine?
What kind of deal do we have to make to have that happen? That would be a dream come true.
What kind of deal do they have to make that happen? Because we hold the license. What's up, Funko?
That's ours, right? Freddy pitching the tent. Freddy pitching the tent.
That would be hilarious.
That's unbelievable.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Role Models, where he's booby watching.
Yeah.
Like just dirty things in the woods. And he's like, you missed it. There's mountains over there. Boobies.
Matthew C. Disney Junkie said, I have to say I like my Eddie U2s way better than a Pop. I agree. I like the U2's version a lot. I think he's really great. But Freddy Funko as the character, I think is just a different level of fun. Would have preferred the mascot be a soda and us all get I'm sorry. Mascot to be a soda and us get all Freddy Pops. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
No, they're asking would we prefer
what do we prefer?
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I don't care.
The Box of Fun in reality is a Box of Fun. You don't know what you're going to get. And it's just so cool to open them up.
Right.
It's just, it's a lot of fun.
I don't know if I care if it's a soda or not. I don't know. What I will say is that we did get one of these from a friend sent us the little Blockbuster Rewinds. And I got to tell you, I really like this. And I'm not just saying that. At first, when I first saw them and I saw the size, I think this is what kind of turns me on to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I like the size of these little figures.
I thought that they were going to be like this
Me
tall.
too. I thought they were going to be like sodas.
Like, here's a Funko Pop. She does not stand well, which I would really like.
She doesn't stand well at all.
Yeah.
Her foot's pushed.
I would really like to make a video soon. Now, this one does require a stand, but still, her feet are messed up.
Does it have a hole?
Yeah, she requires a stand.
Okay.
But I do want to make a video showing how to fix that problem soon. But anyway, I thought they were going to be like this tall and just like tall and slender, because in the glams he's a slender sort of tall looking figure, but just in person he's not tall, right?
Right.
So I don't know. I expected him to be larger, and I think what messed me up too was the VHS, because I expected it to be a normal size VHS tape. So therefore, he would take up a good amount of space. So that's why I pictured him as being larger than a pop.
So it turns out our friend helped pick out the packaging of this. I didn't realize that, because it is what is this? A Disney VHS box from like the 90s.
It was the collaboration with McDonald's.
Right. I put that picture of like what they look like in tonight's video or today's video. But this is really neat. I like seeing this type of packaging. I like packaging. Packaging is a really big deal when it comes to a product. Mm-hmm. I think that, the more that you put into the packaging, the better the product is, I guess.
The better it feels. You feel
especially with a collectible.
Yeah, with a good package, please, no jokes. Okay, we can make jokes. Go ahead and make the jokes. With a good package, you're getting something.
A good product.
Yeah, a good product.
And that was sort of the idea with Gastlecast.
Yeah, and that was sort of the idea when I married Chris.
Okay. Very good. They fit right up your never mind. Yeah, so, okay. Box of fun. Super excited about it. Stoked. Can't wait to see what's going to be inside the box. I know that every year we sort of look forward to this. A lot of people will complain, bots. So I'm going to give you a quick sort of rundown in terms of like what you should do day of. And this is the same tip I gave last year as well. We are going to find out how the boxes will be sold. In previous years, just for your knowledge and edification, going into trying to get this box, instead of screaming bots, this is what you do. Go on to Funko.com. When the box populates, hit the sale of the box. At this point, I'm just going to be very clear with you. The mascot does not matter anymore. You don't know what's inside the box. So my suggestion is, if you just take the mascot out of the equation, which I typically do, you go to the very bottom of the drop-down list. The very last one is the one you're going to select, and you're going to purchase it. Why is that? Because people are selecting that very first one. That's going to make the website all kind of screwed up and jumbled and effed up. If you select that last one, it might find you a way to get in there to make that purchase. It worked for me last year brilliantly, and I remember telling people in a video, and they were all coming to me telling me I was able to buy the box. They had friends that went for the very first one or whatever one they wanted, and they got screwed up and they weren't able to get the box. So that's my tip to you. Just something to keep in mind. Maybe I'm telling you this because it does, in fact, like it really does work on the website. I'm telling you this because it worked for me in the past. It might not be exactly the way I think it works, but that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. No, I think that you're onto something. And on top of that, I feel like the people who do have bots, the bots will just automatically go for the very top selection. I don't know how bots work, but I have the feeling that they just go onto the website and then purchase whatever's available.
Right.
They don't necessarily like click, oh, well, I like eagles, so I'm going to program my bot to get the eagle. Like, I think it just goes for whatever is there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, so Tino said, okay, best advice, Chris, that's how I got screwed last year, yeah. So I went for that bottom of the list, and I was able to get right, I'm just trying to snap my fingers. I was able to get right through. And last year, I think the last one might have been the robot, because I think that's what I ended up getting.
I think so.
Yeah, I ended up going for that robot.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. Everybody's telling me I have a great tip. I appreciate that.
I agree. The package is very important.
Yeah. So this Friday is the big day.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. Again, when we do these boxes, or when we purchase these boxes, we like to get everybody involved and do like a big unboxing. Last year we had like how many people? Like 20 people, 25, 30? Yeah, whatever it was, it went on for hours. Yeah, it was a long live. But this box, we're going to do exactly the same thing, just as long as we can get one. I think we should be able to get one, as long as I follow my tip. So we will post in the Gastlecast We Hunt Together group, once the boxes have been purchased. We will post hey, if you want to unbox with us live, comment down below. So we'll run that whole thing. We most likely will just do it in the Gastlecast We Hunt Together group on Facebook. It's just easier that way than dealing with like emails and Instagram messages and all that. So we'll put that together, and then people can kind of let us know if they want to be a part of it or not, and we'll select who's going to come on with us.
So I will screw up your name, and I am so sorry. Dodgite Lakes? Leics said, "Great tip, Chris. Now all the Gastlecast family will screw each other out of getting the last selection."
Right. Yeah. So that's my little tip. I said that's my little tip. I didn't realize what I was doing. Mass Snow. Any chance at looking at my questions?
I'm sorry. The chat's really active tonight, so we're sort of just picking and choosing what we see.
Yeah, hit us with a question. I'll be happy to...
Oh, hold on. Here's one.
Oh, okay.
How long have you guys been doing this channel? Since August of 2017. Do you guys do this full time? No. I mean, we do it every single day, but this is not our
No, this is not our jobs. So I have a full-time job. Heather is working on getting another full-time job, but she's working full-time right now for Mischief Toys.
Yes, I am.
For the time being. So Mischief Toys is our toy company. If you're new, MischiefToys.com. Go and check that out. Sign up for a newsletter and find out all the information you need to know about the very next Ghastly figure. By the way, next Ghastly figure will come after San Diego Comic-Con. Probably a week after or so, depending. We're still working on all the details, so keep an eye on MischiefToys.com. You guys will love this figure. I feel like this is going to be an absolute fan favorite, so don't miss out. It's a low piece count.
Yeah, so
it's a lower piece count than recent figures.
Then, geez, well, we don't have a drop down. You're just gonna have to fight.
Yeah, sure, of course, Mass Snow. Happy to.
Hey, thank you, Mass Snow.
Of course,
that's
100%.
Sweet of you.
Love to answer questions when we can.
Yeah, when we see them.
Yeah, when we see them.
We've been BSing a lot.
Right.
Tonight.
Yeah. Right. So let's see. What else do we have? FNC would hire Heather away from Mischief Toys any day of the week.
Thank you, Funko News
so nice.
Canada.
You're so sweet. Can we do a drop on a Friday? This Friday? So I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Again, we haven't sort of like nailed down what we're going to do with this next.
No, we're not going to drop it on Friday. That's
not this Friday. Not this Friday.
No, it says on Friday, but no, we're not.
Okay.
We're not dropping it on a Friday. I don't think. I think we have a date in our heads that we're gonna drop it.
I will fight for Ghastly, and I will win.
I hope you do.
Everyone, leave the SDCC exclusives and leave the Ghastly for me. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. The feedback, in regards to Ghastly, hearing all the good feedback means a lot to us.
Yeah.
We do put a lot of hard work and effort into everything that we do in terms of like this channel, the toy company. It means, this is our world. This is our life now, right? And what we're trying to do in this juncture of our lives is to sort of get rid of all of our other work that we're doing, my daytime job, Heather, not having to get a daytime job, and focus specifically on this and also Mischief Toys. And I think that day is coming sooner rather than later. At least we hope.
And I have been working really hard on Mischief Toys lately. I have a lot of really fun things that I'd like to do in the very near future. I'm going to work a lot this week on figuring out ideas to, I don't really want to say revamp our website, but sort of like reorganize the website a little bit, add a couple things. It's going to take me quite some time to do this, but I've had some help on one of the things from our very good friend, Nathan M. He's been incredible and has fed us a lot of data. He's done a lot of research because he's sort of like a super fan, I would say.
Nathan is
big
very
fan
helpful
of Mischief
with the
Toys.
podcast. Did you mention the podcast?
Yeah, but not just the podcast. Okay. With something that I'm arranging to do on Mischief Toys website.
Oh, very good.
Which I'm excited about.
We started a podcast recently. It's called Making Mischief. You can actually follow our Instagram, Making Mischief Pod. We drop a new episode every Monday, and typically we drop a Gastlecast episode in the same day. So tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m., look for the brand new podcast on all podcast platforms, and also look out for the video version on this YouTube channel of Making Mischief Pod. Recommend that you start with episode 1 and work your way through up to, I think we're up to episode 5 or 6 now. Listen to all of them. I think you'll really enjoy it. It gives you a good background on all the things that we do as a toy company, right? We're a growing toy company. We're learning as we go along, and you sort of find out how we learn and our mistakes and everything else along the way. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun, and I highly suggest that you listen to it, even if you're, a Ghastly fan, but maybe not interested in the business side of things. I think that it gives a lot of history as well. Or, if you just want to hear me and Chris's stupid voices, that's a lot of fun. We do have a few questions that I'm going to very quickly answer.
Hold on. How soon does a box of fun usually sell out?
It's hard to say.
Depends on how many they make.
Yeah, and I think it's been different each year. Dario Gonzalez asks, box of fun full of Freddy's or leftover Pops? Most likely it will be Freddy's or characters that they have created.
It'll be all new stuff. It's not going to be old crap. So it's not just a crap mystery box.
Yeah.
Like we've been kind of used to over the last few months. Is it just me or what? Do you think they might make Freddy as Ranger Rick from Yogi Bear?
That would be so cool.
I really honestly believe they will.
It would be cool to see Ranger Rick and Yogi in this box, but I'm not counting on that, but I feel like in the future at some point they will do that.
King Killmonger says, I will be walking around Comic-Con and all of the outside activities rocking my Ghastly t-shirt and cap. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just wanted to read that. Go ahead, Heather.
Zachary Stone said, hey guys, how are you doing? We're well. Love seeing all your videos and the amazing new Ghastlies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian Barrick said that last year we had 25 people open Box of Fun.
Wow.
On our stream.
That sounds about right.
Leo Galvin said Biddy Ghastlies or Ghastly keychain. So I cannot speak on any figures that may or may not be coming. But I do want to say that I'm very interested in creating some sort of Mischief Toys keychain. It would probably be sort of like a lower run to begin with to gauge interest, I guess. And we like to sort of experiment with what we do. So recently, you may have seen dad hats pop up, like baseball caps. And that was something that was suggested to us, can you guys make baseball caps? And we said, sure. So we did. And yeah, we're not doing very many of those. For certain drops, we might do like a handful of baseball caps, but it was one of those things that was not very successful. We do want to provide everybody with things that they are interested in, but we gotta make sure that it will sell.
Yeah, you got to do it in a smart way.
So with the keychains, I freaking love keychains, but I don't know how interested everybody is. So that's something I'm definitely down to try.
And on that note too, you say Biddy Ghastly. I really want to do a small line of figures at some point. I'm not saying that we will. I'm saying it's something I'm interested in. I like smaller figures, as I mentioned with like this little Freddy here. So that's something we could be looking at in the future as well. Yeah. I will say that we love all ideas. So if you guys have a great idea, something you'd love to see in the future, please drop us a line at mischieftoys@gmail.com.
No! That is not our email address.
Oh, it isn't?
It is help@mischieftoys.com.
Help@mischieftoys.com. Sorry. I got confused. What what is the next Ghastly besides Tiki Ghastly? The answer to that is we can't tell you.
I'm not telling you.
Yeah, we can't tell you right now.
The real answer to that is follow our newsletter, follow our social media, go on to mischieftoys.com, sign up for the newsletter, social media at Mischief Toys on Instagram, social media, Mischief Toys Facebook group on Facebook, of course, and all of our updates will be shared there. And let me just tell you guys, for this drop, we are going to have a figure pin bundle. We are also going to have 2 shirt options. No hats this go around, but we're going to have 2 shirts and a figure and a pin bundle, as well as just the figure. And let me just tell you, all of it is incredibly awesome. It is something that you have yet to see from Mischief Toys. Super duper cool. From my mind, so you know it's going to be fire. And
the next figure?
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
Okay. With a bigger venue and how expensive Fun Day tickets were, you all expecting big things for Fun Day. So to be clear, Fun Day's tickets, I believe this year were about the same as the years before. Maybe a little bit more expensive.
So I believe the last couple years it was $200. And I think this year was $250.
Okay.
I think.
So, but they have a larger venue.
They do have a larger venue, but I don't think that... I know for a fact that they're not using it to its fullest capacity. I think that it seats like 10,000 people or something, but from what I was reading online, and this was from just a random news article I came across, someone from Funko, whoever this person was talking to in the article, there is a little bug right here, and it's driving me crazy.
It's like a little ant.
No, it's not an ant. It's a gnat.
Oh.
Whoever they were speaking to from Funko, and this is just, some
Hearsay.
random news article, they said there were like a ton of people on the website, but only 2,700 tickets available. So I don't know if it's 2,700 people total, or because I know that they dropped some of the tickets on the Fanatics board. So
right.
Did they drop, are they going to have 300 or 3,000 people total? They dropped 300 for the Fanatics and then 2,700 for the general public. I don't know.
Right.
To answer your question, bigger, yes, it is a bigger venue. It will be outside. And San Diego, I hear, has beautiful weather this time of year. Not too hot, not too cold, like perfect. So I hope that it's just incredible. With that being said, with more people, it's not going to have the more intimate feel.
It could be more watered down now.
Yeah, so possibly.
It's not focusing on a lot of those, it won't be focused, I guess, on like those little tables around the room, right? It's just going to be such a huge venue. I don't know. Like when we went to Fright Night, it was just it was just a sea of people. Yeah. Like it always felt like Fun Days was a little bit more
like
well planned and intimate. Yeah. But I don't think so anymore. But now, it is what it is.
Does that mean good or bad? Me personally, I prefer a more intimate setting. I prefer, groups of friends getting together, being able to like hang out with people with like interests. And you're going to be doing that just on a larger scale. Now, will they have more to offer there? Maybe. I don't know. But regardless of anything, like even as much as we talked about not, Fright Night not being a good first event for us, because Fright Night was the very first Funko event we've ever attended. I saw the direction that they were going, and I liked the direction that they were going, but the way it was executed, I did not like. I would have preferred seating, which we didn't have, and I would have preferred water, which we didn't have. And additionally, I believe the ticket said that you get 2 drink tickets, but there were no drinks anywhere.
No.
There was just like a few little
water
it was
stations. Disjointed.
Yeah.
But let's get through some more of these questions. Will the SDCC exclusives be online? Yes. They always have an online stock. You're going to find stuff on Funko.com, and you'll also find that they're on shared retailers as well. Are we doing, y'all ever doing pin boards?
Possibly.
Yes, we're working on it right now.
Okay.
I think that that'll be a thing that does happen. But as Heather mentioned, we are working on it. Yes, 100%. We actually came up with some artwork, and we're hoping to see a new version of that soon.
Yeah, we're just seeing if it'll work in a different way. It's not going to be the same exact as we did before.
JR Productions, is it JR? Please tell me the online box will have limited pieces. Yes, but the limited pieces will not be as limited as the pieces that will be at Fun Days itself.
And this is our assumption based off of past years.
Yes.
We can't speak for that.
Right.
But that's...
I'm saying it and I'm saying it in confidence because that's usually how they do all this stuff.
Yes.
And it makes more sense that way because there are only a certain amount of boxes that they make for the box of fun. So expect there to be some sort of limited pieces and all that. When you revamp your website, create polls to see what people are interested in. That's a good idea, Jason.
Hold on. I really like that idea, but I typically do polls in the Mischief Toys Facebook group. So if you're not there, please go over there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a good thing for us because I don't want to clutter the website too much.
Is it just me or what? Yes, I did get the Indiana Jones. I got the Indiana Jones ornament, right? I feel like I did.
You did.
Yeah, I think I do have
So
that.
I went right after Christmas, and I got everything super cheap.
Will there ever be a scented Ghastly? If we did have one that was scented, he would smell like fire or smoke.
DJ Sellout 69. Hey. First of all, 69.
Okay.
You know that they're real cool.
I'm down with that.
They're so happy they got to catch a live stream. They met us at the Fan Expo convention with his girlfriend. We watch all the new videos when you put them up.
Thank you.
It was so great meeting you. I know exactly who you are. It was good. It was wonderful meeting you.
Celeste Crawford, you're awesome. And we love you.
Is your shirt a leak of an upcoming Ghastly? No. So this was from our Pride collection that we dropped in June.
Yeah, so this is Pride Ghastly. We're actually wrapping up t-shirts right now, so if you are looking out for a Pride Ghastly t-shirt that you pre-ordered, they will be coming out at some point, or they will be arriving to you at some point this week. If you're outside the country, of course, it could be a little bit later.
Hold on. Let me speak on that. So we had a bit of a snafu with our pin manufacturer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Yeah, we were shorted a handful of pins. So if your order contains a pin, I did print a couple that contain one of the Pride pins. Your order might be sitting there for a bit, and I am so incredibly sorry. I didn't mean to print any of them that had the pin, and realistically, I probably shouldn't have started packing things up without making sure we have everything for everybody. Because I like everything to get to people around the same time. I don't want people to have to wait for very long periods of time for their items. Because when people get their stuff, they're going to post it.
Right.
And I don't want anyone to feel left out. But they did short us a few pins. But we should be getting a shipment very soon. I'm hoping to hear from them between tonight and tomorrow to see when we'll be getting that shipment. But it should be very soon because I did place a brand new order not too long ago, and I believe that they're wrapping that up now.
Oh, very
So
good.
if you did get one of the Pride pins, I am so sorry, but your order will most likely be delayed. I only had a handful left.
If you haven't already, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Your likes and subs help this channel in a very big way. If you guys do not know, hitting the like button, commenting on videos, that sort of increases the amount of traffic, I guess, the video is getting. So therefore, it'll spread the video out to people who are like-minded or have videos, if they watch other Funko channels, it'll reach them because you're liking and commenting. So for those who do like and comment, we really appreciate it. The YouTube algorithm is a really bizarre thing.
It is.
We often hear from people, wow, oh my God, I love your channel so much, and you guys deserve so many more subs and and so on and so forth, and views. And I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words.
I appreciate that, but I also agree. We are funny as shit.
Yeah, so I would say that, you know, a lot of people say, wow, I love your channel because you guys are so much different than other YouTube channels. And that is actually on purpose. We have always strived to sort of be, I guess, different from other YouTube channels. We like to involve like a little bit of comedy and all that kind of jazz in there. It's fun. You know, that's the fun part for us, is that we can sit in front of the camera every single day, which practically we do, and we can just be goofy and silly and funny and everything else. And you might not find us funny and great and all that stuff all the time, but we do, and we laugh our asses off together. I think that strengthens our bond as a husband and wife, you know, duo, as a team. But it brings us a lot of joy, and so we appreciate that you guys are taking part of the joy that Heather and I, you know, enjoy as a couple. So thank you. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Best. Thank you, Travis. That's so sweet of you.
Patrick, that's hilarious. I'm sure that you don't piss me off. You know what's funny about me though? I feel like a lot of people take me very seriously. Like,
thank you, Michael Petrino. He's tagging a lot of stuff. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Michael.
I love Michael Petrino.
Me too.
I love him so much.
I feel like people take me like I'm being serious, but I'm not.
She's just snarky.
I am very snarky. I'm very dry.
Yeah, she's very snarky with me on a regular basis, and there are times, seriously, in our just being together by ourselves, that she'll say something, and I'm really not sure how to take it, and then she'll give me like a little smile, and I'm like, oh, God. Okay, she's just joking. I thought she was being serious for a second. But seriously, you know, we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing.
Oh, speaking of the algorithm, I did want to make note. So, when was it? Thursday when the news broke about Brian Mariotti. Our video, so we have YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is basically an app for creators, and it sort of just shows you your analytics and your comments and things like that. And that video was like number one. Like the day that they, you know, Funko, the news came out about Brian Mariotti no longer being CEO. That was number one. The next day was our part 2 about Brian Mariotti. And that video tanked. That was like an 8 out of 10. It was just... It did not get.
Oh, they don't understand. You're saying things that people don't understand.
No. I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
can I continue, please, without being interrupted? Because that would be really nice. Thank you. So.
What? No, I'm saying the 8 out of 10. They don't understand that.
I understand.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, make sure you explain it because they're not on YouTube.
So after like no time, like before we even went to bed on Thursday, our video about Brian Mariotti, we had like thousands of views. The second one that we created was just like nobody was watching it. I remember by the time we went to bed, we had like maybe 900 views or something. Like it was very low for what our views are used to. Mm-hmm. So the algorithm is very weird because you use the same sort of keywords in the description and stuff.
If I ever do a part 2, I typically use exactly the same title. Yeah. Because it's pointing people in the same direction. It's like part 1, part 2, right?
Yeah, or something very, very close.
Yeah.
But I think what happened, and nobody's ever going to understand the algorithm. It's constantly changing. But what I think happened is YouTube saw that our video from Thursday was doing so well, so it was putting that video out there more than our part 2. Which is the reason that one just like failed. But then yesterday's video, the one about the Stranger Things drop, our NFT videos, they're normally like okay, they don't do that great. That one did stellar.
Yeah, so
it's just so bizarre. So all of the interaction helps, watching, liking, commenting, like all of that stuff helps, and we are just so grateful.
So when Heather was mentioning the number schema, so she said 8 out of 10. So if you've never posted a video before, just for your edification, when you post a video determined on how many views you get within the first half hour, it kind of puts your video on like a 1 to 10 scale. 1 being like your top, and then 10 being your bottom. So when we post a video, Heather and I are always clamoring to find out after that first half hour where's our video going to fall in that 1 to 10 scheme?
Yeah, because sometimes when we're done recording, we're like, that was a good video. That should be a number 1. And then,
Right.
like, other times we're like, holy shit, like, that video sucks. Why is that a number 1?
Right, yeah, because there are videos that we'll put a lot of work into in terms of, like, having to speak, and then we'll stop, and then we'll sit down and we'll sort of go through our phones and try to collect data to make more sense of the subject, and then we'll go back at it. Because we don't, like, gather data before we make a video. We typically just sit in front of the camera and just come up with something. So there will be videos where we do all this extra work and everything else, and then those videos don't do well. And then the next video we put out, we put nothing into it. We just sit here and scream and holler and act like a-holes, and it'll be a 1 out of 10. And I'm like, oh my God, like, maybe we should just be a-holes and be crazy all the time, just scream and holler and stuff, and then it will always have a 1 out of 10. Like, I don't know. It's really hard to find, like, it's really hard to find and understand how that algorithm works. We're talking now just total YouTube shit. But,
yeah, it's too much.
You know, you're just trying to figure out how to ride the wave. It's tough. It's a tough gig. It really is.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've come as far as we have, you know, you're talking about a channel that started with virtually no views. I remember begging my friends and family just to go watch them and just to give us a little bit of, you know, hit a like and stuff, just to sort of get our video watched. Now today, we're complaining if a video doesn't get 2,000 views within the first couple of days. We've come a long way. So I'm proud of what we've done so far. It's pretty amazing stuff.
So we do have a couple of questions. So Joe asked, what is our website where we sell our toys? That's mischieftoys.com. DJ Sellout is asking when the plush Ghastly is coming. We do not have any information about that right now. Hopefully soon. But definitely subscribe to the newsletter. We will tell you guys as soon as we know, I promise.
I'm hoping that it'll be before fall or just around the fall time.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we're aiming
for. But we don't know.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
Dean Blockley asked, did your wedding vows have any jokes to each other? Just can't see you both resisting the urge to hang some shit even though you both love each other. So I asked Chris when I was writing my vows. So the night before our wedding, Chris stayed at home. I stayed at the hotel that we stayed at after our wedding. But, you know, we did the whole, like, not spending the night before our wedding together, which was sort of nice. Like, I got a whole big bed to myself, and on the way there, I got a peach cobbler from Mission Barbecue, which, if you don't know, that's, like, my favorite thing in the whole world is peach cobbler, and it was so good. And I was writing my vows the night before our wedding, which is stupid. I never should have done that, but sometimes I feel like pressure makes me better. But I remember texting Chris, and I was like, hey, are we, like, joking around in our vows, or are they going to be serious? He was like, no, I don't want jokes. So I didn't put any jokes. Like, it was all serious. Like, we were both crying. It was, like, a mess. And then Chris said something about me being a brontosaurus in his vows, I remember.
Yeah, I said you're my little brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Because Heather looks like a dinosaur.
Screw you.
No, it's good.
Good. Yeah.
I like that you look like a dinosaur. That's why I married you.
Yeah, good.
That's why I included my vows.
Yeah, well, I like that you're a piece of shit. So, but I actually have our vows hanging up on our wall in our bedroom, and
oh my God.
I read them every once in a while, but I don't remember it clearly.
VinCat, 100%. Would love that. Well, it's so crazy. Yeah, I remember you mentioned on a Patreon call. It's so crazy to the people that we can speak to through the channel. And here, you work at YouTube, and you understand a lot of this stuff. So yes, please, I would love to speak with you in some capacity, be it an email, text, or on some sort of Zoom call. I would love to know more and understand more for my education and understand maybe some things that we can do that we never really thought of.
Yeah, we would definitely love that. The algorithm is crazy. Can you do me a favor? Can you just make all of our videos 1 out of 10? Like, is that
Right.
cool? Can you Can you push the Gastlecast out to, like, every single person that logs onto YouTube? Thank you.
Right. Well, no, I understand there are some people out there who aren't going to like our style. And, you know, it's same with all YouTube channels. You know, it's funny because I often think about, like, people who are watching Funko-related channels. And there are just so many different things to choose from. And all these YouTube channels offer sort of like a different view into the landscape that is Funko. And the other day, I'm sitting back thinking, like, why wouldn't somebody like our stuff, but then they might like this guy or that girl. And I was kind of going through YouTube and I was looking up videos about a documentary for the game Half-Life because I really like the game Half-Life and I wanted to watch more about that. So I went and watched like one video, then I watched like a second video, and then on the third video, I turned it on about Half-Life. I watched and listened to it for all of like, I don't know, 4 minutes, and instantly I realized I just did not like the person who was doing the documentary. I wasn't really crazy about like their voice. I wasn't crazy about how the video was being done. And I was like, okay, I can no longer watch this. I'm going to go watch something else. And in that moment, I realized, holy crap, this is what happens with our viewers, I'm sure sometimes, or people who come to view our videos. We just are not their cup of tea. And I totally understand that. I respect it. And I think it's awesome that if somebody finds us and doesn't really care for us, there are other Funko YouTube channels out there for them to watch. And I think that's great. I'm glad we're not the only one, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any more? Let's see. Mischief Toys is the shit. So are Chris and... Oh, thank you, Does Dank Reviews.
Thank you. I already took care of that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're the best. And Shelly Ann, hello. I did see that you're here, and I wanted to say hello because we didn't get to say that before, and I apologize.
So Gretch Zeppelin said, the night before my best friend's wedding, I had to shave his back. TMI, best man duties, LOL. Well,
wow.
That's really funny because my maid of honor had to shave mine the night before our wedding, so...
What?
I'm fucking around.
Oh, I'm going to throw up. Down under collecting. I think it's just how you guys come across. Like some days I think your videos are funny and great, and then some other days I think they don't hit the mark and I just don't like that video. Oh, that's totally fine. And again,
no,
that's
hold on. That's Chris being nice. Let me tell you something. If it doesn't hit the mark, it's a you problem, not a me problem, because I'm perfect all the time.
Thank you, Down under collecting. I appreciate your candor.
How long have we been together? Since 2014. Oh my god, it's almost been 10 years.
Almost
what
10
the
years.
hell?
Do we have any more trips in the Atlanta area planned in the future?
We plan on going to Atlanta all the time.
I plan on every year.
We love that area. We're actually planning a vacation right now. I don't want to speak too much on it because things aren't settled, and realistically, like, we just sort of want to chill. But we're going to most likely be down that way this winter. But I think it's going to be like a chill vacation for us, but we'll most likely do another vacation next March like we have been.
Oh my God, there's something I got to get it off my chest. Okay, so new Indiana Jones. Richard Perez, you're asking me. I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. A lot of people might say otherwise. Fine. I really enjoyed it. But... last night, I gotta say this because people have beat me up and down about this goddamn movie. The newest Transformers film, Rise of the Beasts. I purchased that thing for $25 on Vudu specifically to watch it with my son this weekend and Heather. And I dragged Heather to watch it with us. Heather really didn't want to, but I was like, come on, let's just watch it together. It's just as a family. We sat down. Almost instantly, Heather was not involved.
No.
Like, she did not want anything to do with it. Understandably so. The movie is not good. Now, I will say this. There are parts of that movie that aren't bad, and I really did enjoy the main character, and he had like a little brother. I enjoyed that part of the story. I thought that the characters that were sort of involved were fine. But again, they missed the mark by not focusing on the Transformers as being the characters of the films. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. But I think they're trying now to go in some trajectory to involve like G.I. Joe, it seems like. Like, they're doing too much. All I wanted was a Transformers live action that would be similar to a Transformers cartoon 1986 film. I wanted to see something like that. In the beginning of Bumblebee, they had sort of a scene on Cybertron where that was sort of happening, and I loved it. This film was none of that. It was a disaster. It was a mess, and I wondered often when it was going to end. So for all those people out there who said, how could you judge a movie if you haven't seen it? Why are you saying all these things? It was because I saw parts of the trailer, did not like what I saw. The synopsis didn't sound right to me. just the movie wasn't good. I now own it for $25, and I most likely will never watch it again. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I wasn't that into it, and there were so many people hating on us. They're like, well, we've heard that it's not that bad, or I saw it and it's not that bad, and you shouldn't judge a movie before you see it. And it's like, okay, but like, you can watch a trailer or read about a movie and, you know, get an idea if you may or may not like it. Like, that's okay. It's okay to form an opinion and say, I don't think I'm going to like this.
Yeah.
I heard that it's shitty. Like, it's not like you're saying that movie's a piece of shit, but I've never seen it. Like, you're just saying, this is what I heard. I'm not that interested. But you can't form a proper opinion without seeing it,
so
if that makes sense.
The Beast Wars characters, I don't even know why to include them. Heather and I both agreed instantly that if you're going to have Transformers that turn into animals, look like animals and not robot animals, that's weird.
It is
so
weird.
I don't like that idea. I thought that was really just stupid. I don't know. I didn't like it. So my Beast Wars film that I always wanted to see in live action was absolute garbage, and I'm not happy.
Fanatic Hat said, just want to say you guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would watch you every day in college when I was having a bad day. Here I am now with a bachelor's in business management. Congratulations. That's incredible.
Yep.
I love that. I love to hear that.
Yep. Marvel 68 says this is the most negative channel. If you know, you know. Stop farting.
I can't stop.
It's for real. Like, you gotta stop farting on
Joshua said any word from NYCC. So we are hoping to get a spot, and I'll explain more about this later. I don't want to say it publicly just in case they're like doing research on it, on us, like who we are. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it has been like horrible trying to get an answer as to whether or not we're going to be there. Now, regardless of anything, we are doing our best to be at NYCC, whether we have our own booth or not. Will that happen? I don't know, but chances are most likely, because when we set our mind to something, it gets done. So we will most likely be there. There is a 90% chance that we will be at NYCC this year.
Christopher Bea says, really hoping for a new variation of Freddy Funko as Spider-Man. Out of the box of fun this year. Hopefully the black suit or a glow metallic.
Ooh, yeah.
I think, well, black suit, or how about Miles Morales suit or something?
Oh, Miles Morales Freddy would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Heather, did you fart at your wedding? Probably.
Yeah.
I fart all the time. I
Farts
don't
all the
know.
time. Yeah.
I'm disgusting. Good luck getting the fairies. Yeah, Walmart is horrible. Thank you, Trippy Cheese. I'm sure I'll be able to get them some way, somehow. Buzzman asks, it's better for your channel if we watch your videos as close to the drop time as possible. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I mean, watch them whenever you want, if it's something that draws you in. But any interactions like the likes and comments when you do watch them definitely helps.
100%.
What state are we from? We're from Maryland.
There's too many humans in Transformers movies. Agreed. John McCormick. Did you like the new Indiana Jones movie? What think of the movie? I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was weird seeing, like, they tried to make a young Indiana Jones, but he had old Indiana Jones' voice. That was weird. I don't know how I feel about that, but the movie was great. I really, really liked it. Dungeons and Dragons movie is fantastic, Jason Davis. Or Davison.
Are we going to see the Barbie movie? I don't know if we're actually going to see it. I would like to.
I want to.
But if we don't go to see it, we will definitely watch it. I am, like, so excited for that movie. It's unbelievable.
I think we'll see that in the theater. I really want to see it.
Yeah, I'm very excited that they're doing a live-action Barbie. That is just so interesting to me. And I love, like, everything that I've seen about it so far.
Oh, my God. Freddy Funko is Transformer Rise of the Beast. Oh, I hope not. Please, no.
Hey, Retro Game G.
Biggest non-Funko want from SDCC. For me, it's going to be the robot dumpster fire.
Oh yeah,
I want both
cool.
of them really bad.
Isn't the all black one at SDCC too? I like that one.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I am very gracious. I already received my top one from SDCC. I'm one very special person, and you guys will see that in a video either tomorrow or Tuesday, so look out for that.
Excellent.
I'm so excited. So thank you. The person who sent it to me knows exactly who they are. They're probably not watching this because they're preparing for SDCC, but I'm thrilled.
I am watching Secret Invasion, and I do very much enjoy it. Sneak peek of Deadpool 3, Matthew Matthias. Yes, I am super, super stoked. That Wolverine looks amazing.
Do we know when the Stranger Things Funko Pop 01 is coming out? Yes, so that should be coming out this Thursday. We will have more information on our channel as SDCC gets closer. I do believe that they're set to drop on Thursday, though.
MK Pops, Barbie movie, you're doing throw up emojis. The trailers look like insane.
They look so much
like,
fun.
I don't know how they had this movie made, because it obviously, based off of the language that's being used in the trailers, it does not seem like it's being made for children. It seems like it's being made for adults. Yeah, so that's something I'm super excited about. I like the fact that they take a property like that and they bend it into like sort of an adult humor sort of way. But apparently there's a lot of negativity surrounding the movie. I saw some articles pop up about it. I didn't really read into it though. Yeah, the robot dumpster fires are awesome. The rat in the control seat. I definitely want them. I haven't really. A lot of people keep messaging me asking me what I want from SDCC and what can they pick up. And my answer to pretty much all of them is don't worry about me. Just go and have fun. Because I know how it feels to go to a con. Like, NYCC as an example. Last year, Heather and I went and we had to work our tails off while we were there. And we did have some people, I'm not saying they were wrong for doing it, but we had some people asking us if we could help them out, picking up a couple of things. And I just had to be pretty upfront. I was like, listen, we're running our business there. I'm not going to have a chance to go and buy anything. I'm not going to have the time to do it. And they were very, very respectful and understanding. So I just don't want people to go there in an event like that, having to carry stuff around for me all day. Like, I just don't want to do that to anybody. So I appreciate all of you guys out there asking. It means a lot. I think the robot figures for Dumpster Fire are going up online after the con. So I'm just going to shoot for that. Because they have one that's like on 2 legs, like Ed 209 from RoboCop. And that looks delightful. I definitely want that. Watching your Stranger Things NFT video was painful. That's why I just can't do NFTs. Yeah, so you have to go into it with the mindset that you're gambling in reality. So I'll tell you this, though, John McCormick. At the time, it seemed like a real mess. And I thought that it was a bad situation of us buying all these card packs. But in the end, I realized, you know what? This isn't so bad. We had the amount that we had purchased and everything. We were able to finish the Freddy Funko royalty, and we were able to get 2 pieces out of it as well. So the Freddy Funko royalty is going to be way up there price-wise, value-wise eventually, or it is now, but it'll be more than that later. I'm just amped that I got it. So under, most likely under the amount that it'll eventually be. So I'm excited about that. And it's all in the gamble. Just watch it and enjoy. Just watch our pain and enjoy our pain. How about that? Oh, God. Let's see. Happy to do it, Joe. Happy to do it. Happy to give you information that could be helpful. All right, look. It's 10:39 our time. It's late. We got to get up early. We got things to do tomorrow. So we appreciate all of you. Seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, it means a lot.
And the bottom of my farts.
And I do want to mention that we do have a Patreon that does help support this channel. It helps support us as a family as well, quite frankly. So check out patreon.com/Gastlecast to find out all the ways that you can support our channel.
Hold on. As a family, he does not mean we use it for our personal gain. YouTube does help us as a family, but Patreon does not. I just want to make that very clear. You make it sound like we're buying like our shoes and our bills and stuff like that.
But I'm saying like we wouldn't be able to do all the things that we do here. You're helping us, right?
Yeah.
So you're helping us.
I just wanted to clarify.
What can I tell you? Things happen. If we're ever in a bind, at least we know we have some cash there. So that's a good thing, right? What can you say? So, but patreon.com/Gastlecast, that's a great place to support the channel. Check that out. We have a Zoom call every single month. We get together with everybody. We do giveaways. We give you information about Mischief toys that you will not hear anywhere else, at least for that period of time. It'll be, you're finding out information before anybody else. Let's put it that way. So it's a whole lot of fun. So check out patreon.com/Gastlecast. Additionally, check out 7bucksapop.com. They're our sponsor, and we absolutely love them. And they have pop protection that is out of this world. Go and check out some of their Pop Shield armors. They're the best way to protect your Funko Pops, your Grails, and everything else. And poppingofftoys.com, our other sponsor. They're fantastic. Go and check them out as well. And if you're a patron at level 4 on our Patreon, you get a 15% off discount code. Our 10% discount code is gone publicly. It is gone. But the 15% off code is there. So if you are on Patreon, level 4, you get that. Jeez.
You get that coupon code, and you can use it, and it's 15% off everything on that website. So we covered our amazing sponsors. We covered... did you talk about the Facebook group? I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
But very, very importantly... we have our own toy company where we make different variants of our friend Ghastly. We have a ton of merch to include shirts and hats and lanyards and stickers and all sorts of fun stuff. And we also plan on doing different characters in the future as well. So head over to mischieftoys.com. We are going to have a drop later this month. It is very, very limited. You definitely don't want to miss out on it. If you're into creepy stuff, you're gonna love it. Mischieftoys.com. Sign up for the newsletter.
Check it out. You guys will love it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for staying. If you've been here since the beginning of this live, thank you for showing your support.
And if you got here late, thank you for also showing your support. It doesn't matter when you get here.
Right.
Don't let Chris make you feel left out.
Oh, I'm making you feel left out. I'm a monster. No, seriously, she's right. But thank you guys. We appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button, the like button if you haven't already. Have a very good week. Treat each other really, really good. And we'll see you back here next Sunday live once again, where we will be talking about SDCC 2023 and the outcome of everything that went down. Look out for a new video every single day this week. And tomorrow, look out for the Making Mischief podcast. All right. We'll catch you next time. Remember, as always, we're all together, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.